Oh wow, look at the pretty background.
If we're being honest here, he probably stole it.
Like everything else he does.
He didn't steal it. It was probably public domain.
Probably isn't reassurance for this. Either it is, or it isn't.
I'll tell you what's reassuring. My fist up your ass.
And just like that, we're off to another bad start for the Ed Boys.
That's the formula. Start bad, keep it up, and then end off topic.
I don't think that's how.
I didn't ask you what you think.
Here, I'll start us off as best as I can.
No, I will start. Because I'm the main character and the Ed Boys' biggest fan.
Not something to be proud of.
Hello and welcome to the awesome Ed Boys50 narrator special starring me, your girl Akalike, and her guests, the Akalikes.
My name is Miss Window.
I've renamed you to my liking. Be proud of it.
Okay.
Excuse me for asking, but what's your first name?
My first name is Miss, and my last name is Window.
Oh, I thought it was a nickname of some sort.
It is. Akalike made me change my real name to this one.
Why did you listen to her?
Because of her infinite wisdom.
Infinite wisdom on what?
I'm not sure.
You do not have to be sure, because I'm sure for you. It's even in your contract.
You can't put a nickname on a contract. You have to put your government name down.
I don't listen to the government. Akalike told me not to.
That's a good girl.
We're skipping around the video, so I can go home on time this time.
That sounds fine. It is pretty long.
Your turn, Jimmy. In a second, Sarah. I'm oiling up for speed. I'm oiling up for speed. I'm oiling up for speed. I'm oiling up for speed.
I'm oiling up for speed.
On your mark, get set.
Enough training for roles. Time to fix what is broken. Bring me the Ed Boys!
Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Earth has no time for this!
Yeah, and neither do we. Let's skip ahead.
A group of remarkable people.
Yeah, right here was the first major thing wrong with the Ed Boys aside from the very existence.
On my finger like this, what I do is I tell him no, and I poke my finger down his throat like that. He gags.
Why the hell was this clip included, and with no context?
Charles, you're a son of a bastard time. How dare you insult the good name of the Ed?
And look, if you skip ahead, there's a part where the dog is in pain.
She's there. Alright, so you can stop her.
You're not supposed to pay attention to that.
Why the hell not? It's in the video. Am I just supposed to know where to close my eyes?
You should know.
Can you just let me get through this?
You know I can never do anything you ask.
But I don't see the point of the dog though. What purpose does it serve?
It doesn't need a purpose. It's just like Nicki Minaj. She's here because why the hell not?
Fun fact, the Ed Boys actually created Nicki Minaj and her whole career.
Can you please stop veering off topic?
It's true. All of her albums center around Ed Boy releases. There are as many Nicki Minaj videos as there are Nicki Minaj albums. She is a product of greatness and should be celebrated.
That just means this guy has no original content of his own, and he has to piggyback off the success of others to make himself feel good.
That's not true. He can make himself feel good all alone. He doesn't need anyone else.
Can you please stop veering off topic?
Hold on for a second, Bipper. If he can feel good alone, why does he show these videos to his friends and laugh every time they grin?
You must ask yourself, what would Nicki Minaj do?
I ask myself that all the time.
She retires. That's what she does, cause she realizes what she's attached to.
She didn't retire. She's back, and better than ever, just like my ex-husband.
Wrong. She would swerve on certain individuals who were acting up and then avoid breaking as she backed up.
What?
It was a lyric from one of her songs.
Do you know which one?
No, I don't know.
Was it the one where she locked honeybees in a trap after she spent a couple thou just to bust that open?
Who cares?
Yes, please, let's return to the video.
Okay, well, let's watch this one. This is my favorite part.
Gross. What even is that thing?
He's not gross. She's what I'm gonna be when I grow up.
I believe you.
Wait, is it a he or a she?
It's both.
Someone should tell it has to pick one.
It's entitled to whatever it wants. Her body, his choice.
That's so dumb.
Don't you know we're living in a tense political climate at the moment, and that it is best to accept everyone's beliefs, no matter what they may be.
Okay, well, do you accept my beliefs of despising the Ed Boys?
Leftist trash. How dare you not believe what I believe?
The same goes for you.
No, the same does not go for me, for I am right and you are wrong.
You can't expect people to accept you if you don't accept them.
Yes, the hell I can. Casey, why don't you tell MMB about his cold soup?
Because I feel like Charles might strike me again.
You're damn right I will.
For those of you watching,
No one.
or for those of you listening,
Also no one.
the cold soup is a reference to an Ed Boys episode, where Akalike, Miss Window, and myself were narrating, and she incessantly mentioned soup to me to get me to be quiet and stop critiquing the Ed Boys episode we were watching.
The Ed Boys are my religion.
Yes, we know. The episode was the Ed Boys 36 director's
No,
cut.
don't tell them what episode it was. They'll go searching.
Isn't the point to correct the mistake of the Ed Boys and bring in potential viewers?
Absolutely not. The Ed Boys is the mistake. We're here to deter the potential viewers from experiencing this horror.
Akalike, I think it's time for the epic Ed Boys prayer.
No, we're not doing that again.
Don't you want to bless the Ed Boys? Why are you staring at me like that?
Why don't we just return to where we were, and you can bless the Ed Boys at the end? Besides, the creator wants us to watch a scene from the end and talk about it.
The honor of Rose ancestors has been the Ed Boy.
Thank you.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid.
Absorb the clue, Eddie. I want to
Bring me the Ed Boy.
Haha, that scene is so funny it makes me want to laugh, so I did. I'm so special and unique.
He says there's a meaning behind it.
Well, we all know there's not, but who's gonna stick around to the end to see it anyway?
He says it's for his true fans.
That's so cute that he thinks he has fans. But even they would have clocked out by the 3-minute mark at max. This video series is essentially a YouTube poop, and those never lasted this long to begin with.
How dare you compare this masterpiece to a YouTube poop?
Oh, have I struck a nerve?
You've done more than struck a nerve, you've hit the jackpot.
Is that supposed to be a good thing?
No, it means I'm going to jack you up.
Wait, wouldn't this being a YouTube poop give it more credibility?
Yes.
Hell no. YouTube poops died years ago, and even when they were alive they weren't a respectable form of media. He just took that terrible platform, made it worse, much longer, and has been crapping these out ever since.
The Ed Boys have been in the rap game for so long they're bigger rap legends than Jay-Z and Celine Dion. They're probably worth tens of billions. We should all get a cut.
I'm going to use money from the proceeds to buy a terrorist.
What?
How the hell are you going to do that? You can't just buy a terrorist.
Sure you can. If you believe in the power of the Ed Boys and visit the corner store on the dark web, anything is possible.
So back to the video.
Did you visit the corner store?
Okay, so last time it was the creator's choice, unfortunately.
Very unfortunately.
So now it's Akalike's turn, I think.
Can we skip her?
I can never be skipped. I'm the star of the Ed Boys and as the star, I choose this scene.
Unleash your new... Speak to your creature.
Bring me the Ed Boy.
Talk back in a creature voice.
Little Jack Horner's in the corner eating Christmas pie.
I really wish it wasn't so loud.
Leave it to her to pick the loudest, most obnoxious scenes possible.
I haven't even chosen the loudest scene. I'll make sure to do that next time to hurt you, but listen to this.
Creature voice.
We already heard this, remember? We complained that it was too loud like 10 seconds ago.
Do you agree with me that it's one of the most profound scenes in Ed Boy history?
There's nothing profound about any Ed Boys now, or in the past, nor will there ever be.
Anyone who disagrees deserves a school shooting.
Oh my god.
Yes, Akalike, that was a little much.
Silence. It was a joke. You know how much I like to joke about funny topics.
A school shooting is a funny topic to you.
Yes, it is. Whenever I hear about a school shooting, I always head to my local McDonald's and order a Big Mac and some French fries.
Those two things aren't related.
Yes, they are. Because when I get my meal, I unpause the news and resume watching, as if it were regular television programming for my entertainment.
You are sick.
And you haven't tried the Quarter Pounder.
Can we please get back on topic? So it's my turn and I wanted to shed a light on this scene here.
You are not Ed Boy. Go the inhumanity.
See, the video has the potential to be somewhat funny, but it's quickly overshadowed by weird things like this.
What in heaven's name is this? Oh my. Oh my.
I thought that was hilarious.
Of course you did, you have no taste.
Keep
It would
up
be
and
funnier
I'll
if
stab
maybe
your
he'd
cousin.
expanded
You
on it in
what?
some other way.
You heard me.
Or actually it'd be funnier if it followed any sort of continuity. But it doesn't, it's just there. And it's in the middle too. No one really makes it this far into Ed Boys to see these kinds of quote-unquote jokes.
Did you know that hockey is a Jamaican sport?
What?
It's true.
I'm gonna Google that right now. No, it's not. You lied.
Wait, what does that have to do with this episode?
I just thought I would share a fun fact.
It wasn't even
What's the point of sharing if it doesn't even contribute to what's going on?
You all leave Gracie alone. She's trying and that's what matters most.
What matters most is the death of the Ed Boys.
Why do you always defend her? You don't even like her.
It doesn't matter what I like. All that matters is the Ed Boy.
I thought all that mattered was
Thank you,
that she tried.
Akalike. They're always so mean to me.
Well, little Billy, if you paid attention in school you wouldn't be getting gangbanged like this.
My name is Miss Window,
See, you
and
don't
I
even
think
know
you
her
meant to
name.
use another analogy.
First of all, I said her name correctly. It's Thomas. And I know what analogy I used. I'm a smart lady and I use my brain.
You deliberately called her Thomas. That's a male name.
Why are you wasting time arguing with them on this? The longer you argue with them, the longer the Ed Boys stay on. Ignore them and let's move forward.
No, keep talking to me. Let's make this the longest Ed Boys ever.
No, you keep talking to her and I'm gonna beat you with this chair.
Charles, why are you so violent lately?
Because my hatred for the Ed Boys has reached a boiling point.
Well, maybe it's time to take your soup out the microwave.
That's it. Come here.
I don't want to.
Don't run away from me. What did I tell you about mentioning that goddamn soup?
Charles, please.
Akalike help. He's throwing things at me.
As long as he doesn't interrupt my Ed Boy porn, he can do as he pleases.
What the hell is Ed Boy porn?
It's what it sounds like, fool. It's porn for your Ed Boy.
Enough of this. I'm bringing us back to topic.
Don't forget your soup in the microwave.
Charles, I know. Trust me, I know. Just leave it alone for now, please.
Actually, tell me something, Beep Man. What do you bring to the table? Everybody has their niche. I adore the Ed Boys. Catherine loved soup, and Charles worships Satan. What do you do?
Well, I say I keep the peace here, and move the topic along.
That is a dumb power. You can't hope to bring the Ed Boy with such stupid powers.
I think you meant to say talent.
No, I know what I said.
Well, I disagree. I'm sure that keeping the peace is necessary in this environment, especially after what almost happened just now.
Don't you think blind worship of the almighty Ed Boys would be best suited to your health?
Why is everything you say so ridiculous? You're not funny. And
No,
you
that's
keep
not true.
interrupting
I'm
the
funny.
flow with all
You
this
just
crap.
don't
Why
remember
don't you just
comedy
keep your
because
mouth
you've
shut?
forgotten
You don't
your
always
youth.
need
But
to
I
be
keep
talking.
my youth
Go
in a
it now.
plastic
You're just
baggie in
gonna
the back
keep
of my
talking over
car
me
on a
cause
hot
you're
day on the
offended, huh?
highway where
You're
the
just
muffin
making
man
stuff
cannot
up
touch
as you
it.
go
I
along to
can't
try
even
and get the
count
last
on one
word
finger
just like
how much
before.
I love my
You're so
youth and
immature,
how
it's
many
sickening.
times the
I
Ed
hope
Boy
you
God
die.
has graced me with youth to help my youth get younger. The Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the
This
Ed
is a
Boys,
good
the Ed
time
Boys,
to
the Ed
resume
Boys,
the
the Ed
narration
Boys,
and
the Ed
just
Boys,
put
the
an
Ed
end to
Boys,
the
the Ed Boys,
argument.
the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys,
No,
the
it's
Ed
my
Boys,
turn
the
to
Ed Boys,
argue
the
with
Ed Boys,
you.
the Ed
I'm
Boys.
gonna follow in Akalike's footsteps.
Beep Man, I order you to ignore Jasmine and resume narrating. Teach her a lesson about not having an original personality.
I was going to continue either way.
Well, now you will continue this way.
So after the last...
Don't let her talk to you like that. You're closer to her than I am. Strike her down.
Charles, please, let's just ignore them and finish this quickly.
Fine, but if she interrupts again, let's both just give her a quick uppercut to the jaw and stop her from yammering on.
I'll take both of you on. I ain't scared, homie. I had a book cookie before, and it's nothing compared to the Ed Boy.
What the hell?
No, absolutely not. We're not getting into this crap. We're continuing.
It's my turn.
Again.
Yes, bitch, again. Again and forever and ever.
Keep it up and see what happens.
I thought it was my turn.
Narration is reserved for original personalities only, so take any and watch my scene.
Okay.
Why do you keep choosing the most annoying scenes?
No Ed Boy scene is annoying, they're only amazing. If you want a super amazing scene, try this one.
What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you play this? Turn it off.
This is
I said
horrible.
turn it off.
What a beautiful scene.
Exactly, it made me so happy. I bet someone is going to make love to that scene one day.
Yeah, and give birth to the Antichrist.
A nice one, Bipper.
Oh, thank you.
That was the best part of my day. I wish it were longer.
I wish it never existed. It was just a mashup of the same clips over and over again, followed by noise. Lots and lots of noise.
You shut up. That was pure art. And the Ed Boys is said in every Ed Boys to let Ed Boy viewers know that it's the Ed Boys.
That reminds me. What the hell was up with the numbering from 41 to 45?
Oh yes, the epic numbering puzzle the creator put together. He was a genius.
He's an asshole.
Excuse me? Watch your mouth.
Who the hell numbers like that? It goes 45, 42, 44, 41, and then 43 before it gets to this one.
Yes, that's the magic of the Ed Boys. They can do whatever they want with no consequences. Isn't it great?
Beeper, you've noticed this, right? It keeps happening. What the hell is the point? Just keep the episodes in order.
Why is it so hard for you to understand simple things? The sporadic numbering of the episodes is obviously a reference to the texture of the entire
here
scenery.
we go again with the damn texture.
Because you people are very stupid. How do you not get the reference to the texture? It's the first thing you learn at elementary school.
First off, I already told you and Miss Window that that is not a real place. And second, if it's the first thing you learn, why is it the only thing you bring up? Assuming there's more that's brought up, how come you don't talk about any more of the material?
Because that's not what he was referring to with the numbers.
Okay, but there have been multiple moments throughout just this one video alone for you to mention something other than the damn texture.
I do not like this conversation anymore, so I will declare myself the winner and avoid any further comments and questions from you regarding this.
That's because you know you're wrong and you just don't want to admit it.
I'm never wrong. I'm only partially incorrect on Tuesday mornings.
You done it now, buddy boy. Akalike is about to unleash her special move on Beeper. Charles, you better control your man before he
Why
gets...
are you talking to me?
I was telling you that Akalike
I
is
didn't
going...
ask you to tell me anything.
I just wanted to get a word in.
No one cares about your word. What the hell is the point of you even being here? You don't even like the Ed Boys as much as Akalike does, so your input on their validity is subpar at best. We already have Beeper as a fair party, and everyone here knows I hate the Ed Boys. You're literally a waste of space.
Akalike, help. He's being mean
I'm
to
going
me.
to stop you right there, Lindsay. We've been through this many times. Now what do you think I'm going to say when you ask me for help?
Can we get back on task?
You wait until I'm through, Beep Man. Lindsay, what am I going to say?
That you don't care about me being made fun of and that you only care about the Ed Boys.
Excellent. Let's remember that next time, because I'm getting sick and tired of repeating myself.
That's weird coming from you. Weren't you the one who started that horrible Ed Boys chat?
All mentions of the classic Ed Boys chant weren't the classic Ed Boys chant.
Oh god, no, stop.
The Ed Boys, 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 the Ed Boys.
I'll just start us where we left off.
Wait before you start. You know what's funny about this?
What's that?
That chant's more consistent than the episode numbering.
What a funny joke.
Don't compliment me.
Okay, so we left off with the scene that Ed said that he caused his discomfort because he's the Ed Boy, and I wholeheartedly agree.
I strongly second that.
I know I'm taking an extra turn, but I'll be sure to give you yours, Charles.
No, trust me, it's perfectly fine. Go on.
Well, I wanted to talk about the scene, and before I do I'm going to turn the volume down. I already complained earlier about it being too loud, but this was just absurd. It purposely attacks you with ear-piercing sounds. Had I not turned the volume down...
Had you not turned the volume down, it would have sounded like this.
Okay.
Oh my god, turn it off.
Why would you do that? I turned it down for a reason.
I couldn't feel it in my soul. It needed to be louder.
I hate you so much.
The Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys.
Was that a comeback call one of your early strokes?
Can't it be both?
He should add deleted scenes into this.
No, the hell he shouldn't.
You're right, Charles. He should add new scenes along with the deleted scenes.
I think he should shorten the original one. It's way too long. No one's going to watch it.
No one watches it now.
While he's at it, he should just mute the entire thing.
He should instead delete all his Ed Boys and light his computer on fire.
But what about his AMVs?
We've all had to make sacrifices. It's time he made his...
You think that's a fair exchange? Just look at this.
Let's examine your brain.
That's why it needs to be burned.
I'm sure there are some Ed Boys that are decent enough to remain alive.
Name one, and one that isn't a special preview.
There's the... Well... In episode 33 they... A few of them followed a script. Didn't really make it any better though. Season 1 was okay. Well, not really, but...
Are you trying to remember the Ed Boys50?
No, that's the masterpiece of the decade. Nothing has stopped that.
Oh wait, I remember that episode in the point system, with the music video collage that...
That collage was at the end of the episode filled with copyright infringed material and still didn't make any sense.
Oh yeah. Well, I think there was one where they...
There wasn't one. There was never a good Ed Boys episode. That's why you can't remember one, and that's why his computer needs to be set ablaze.
Remember when you betrayed the Ed Boys for Trio 3 Trio?
Yes, and they may be a real thing, but that was a part of the script.
Script Schmidt. You've betrayed the Ed Boys and you spread lies about their creator.
How did I spread lies?
Because the creator doesn't use a script. He just impromptus his entire life.
That explains a lot of the reasons why the Ed Boys suck.
You suck and
When
your
he
mother has
plans and
rapped.
thinks things through, he makes AMVs. When he's lost all hope, it seems he just tosses one of these together and calls it a video.
His AMVs are weird. They don't make any sense. There are no Ed Boys to make sense of anything.
Yes, how are you going to have a video with no Ed Boys? That's like a religion with no spaghetti god.
I disagree. I feel like when he makes his AMVs he's in a good state of mind, very motivated, and really pays attention to small details, which I think is very admirable.
That sounds like the opposite of when he makes the Ed Boys. He's probably depressed in a dark room, probably in his parents' basement, snacking on deli meats and cheese individually with no sandwich, crying about his life and lumping Ed and Eddie clips together in between his hourly ointment applications for his face fungus.
That was really mean. I didn't know you had such a vendetta against him.
He dropped me in these putrid Ed Boys instead of creatively inserting me in one of his real videos. My voice is suited for high-class internet entertainment, not a welcoming to hell.
My voice is suited for reminding you about your Campbell's chicken noodle soup that's on the counter. Run to it before it gets soggy.
High class. You're fooling yourself. I remember you saying things like, "Peace out homie J's" in the earlier days of the almighty Ed Boys, and now you've changed. You've changed like the tire around my automobile. You've changed because you're a hypocrite. But Akalike, the Queen of Atlantis, have never changed. I've always stayed true to my hood and represented my religion wherever I go.
I always carry a can of Progresso soup wherever I go because it reminds me of Ramadan, the greatest food festival on the planet.
I admit I tried some pretty foolish things as a means of expanding my horizons, but since then, I've stopped my childish actions and moved forward. You have remained stuck in the past, clinging to all your little stupid habits and ridiculous beliefs. Like, when the hell did you become the Queen of Atlantis? You just say and do stupid shit in defense of these dumbass videos, and I hate it. I hate these videos and I hate you. The hate I have for you burns so hot, I can wear t-shirts in the middle of snowstorms.
Okay.
That was wiggity whack. Your jokes need work. Plus, nothing was hotter than MMB soup a few minutes ago.
Wow. Okay. Look, Charles, we're almost done. Let's just relax and—
When I go home, I pray to the almighty Ed Boy God. The first thing I pray for is more Ed Boys. The second thing I pray for is that you hear them in your sleep. So I don't care if you hate me. As long as the Ed Boys exist, I will always win.
That's right, you said it, sister. I always use a can opener for my soup, and you always say queen, and I be loving your comebacks. You are the comeback queen.
No, I'm the Queen of Atlantis. How's about you pay attention? Besides, Jenny McCarthy is the comeback queen.
But listen, Charles is quiet. You've finally defeated him, and now he can enjoy his hot soup.
Charles, how could you throw that at her?
Easy. You pick it up and chuck it at the nearest best.
Charles, that's assault in the workplace. They could press charges.
Neither of them can spell assault or workplace. What makes you think they know how to even begin to press charges?
That's still way too much.
You had it coming.
You're just lucky the chair didn't touch me, or I'd smack your ass right back to the Ed Boy.
Just try and see what happens.
No, Akalike, please don't provoke him.
Hush, you face beat man. I cannot be intimidated as I walk with all Ed Boy ancestors. If that man wants a piece of my goodies, he can come try sample taste.
Everything you say is either sexual or
See that? There you go, bitching again. That's all you do, and it is because you are a bitch. Come over here and try out some of this bacon-flavored cotton candy. As a matter of Ed Boy fact, I'll come to you.
Don't get close to me.
What you gonna do? You're not gonna do nothing to me.
Jesus Christ, your hands are so rough.
The better to hold you with.
Who on earth are you holding with your Hulk hands?
I behold in my man, and let in him know about all the Ed Boys, and then I remind him that the plumber is on his way.
I doubt any man would want you, especially if your hands are the same texture as their elbows.
I don't need no man. All I need is the Ed Boy, and I hope you learned a valuable lesson about messing with me, bucko.
Yes, from now on I'll check the atoms, apple and finger length of a person before assuming I'm talking to a woman.
Now you're getting it.
Let's never do that again, people. Please. That was horrible. Let's just finish this so we can head home.
Wait, you both complained about me not treating Margaret with respect, and no one has even tried to help her up.
Why didn't you help her up if you're so concerned with her?
Now why would I do that? The Ed Boys are on. I don't have time for first aid.
Well, as much as I would love to help her up, we're actually almost done. So if we finish fast, we can do something about her
Just
being—
admit that you're happy she's knocked out.
I would never say such a horrible thing. It's just quieter. Now please let's continue, we're almost finished. So we left off where we were talking about the sound of the scene being too loud. So Charles, I think it's your turn now.
Can't I just say I hate the Ed Boys and be done?
I think each person gets a max of 2 minutes.
Okay, well, there's a scene happening in the Ed Boys right now, and I think it's hot garbage, and I hate the Ed Boys as a whole. There, finished.
The minimum, I believe, is 10 seconds.
Why? What's with all these rules? The regular Ed Boys don't have to follow any rules, so why do we?
I guess it's to make it fair to each narrator.
I don't even think he knows what a narrator is. A narrator encapsulates the story as a whole and moves the story forward by explanation. I'm giving my opinion. That's commentation.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but I just left it alone. But you should really just say something for 10 seconds about this scene.
This is so stupid. There's barely anything left for me to say. I already said all that needed to be said about these videos in my solo when that Akalike interrupted.
You're welcome, come again.
All this extra crap is just me beating a dead horse. A dead horse that deserved to die, mind you. At this point it's not even worth the $40 per 5 minutes.
Not worth the $40 per 5 minutes? What do you mean?
I mean, even though this technically pays better than the regular job, nothing we're doing is worth it.
He pays you $40 every 5 minutes.
Yes, why? How much does he pay you?
Like 25 cents for every 20 minutes or so.
And you still work here? Of all the jobs out there that pay a decent wage for decent work, you stick with the one that underpays you in exchange for what's basically your soul. I'm sorry, but that's a huge gap in judgment.
Yes, for once I agree with Charles. I don't get paid to work on the Ed Boys because I love them and they are my religion. But even I would have asked for more money if I were you.
Are you kidding me? After all this time?
Well, look at it this way. You can now join the Time's Up movement with an actual story to tell.
Charles, this isn't the time.
Just trying to lighten the mood a little.
I'm not. I'm trying to say that what you did was silly, and you should thank your lucky Ed Boys that the creator didn't make it lower.
You can't just substitute every other pronoun or verb for Ed Boys.
Yes, I can, and I've done it many times. In fact, I'm going to do it again.
This is exactly why I joined Trio 3 Trio.
Yes, that reminds me. What is that? It just sounds so stupid.
I drove my Ed Boy to the Ed Boy to get some Ed Boy for my Ed Boy, but then the Ed Boy called on my Ed Boy, and the Ed Boys it was.
It's essentially a union specifically designed for dealing with the Ed Boys.
Why not name it the entire Ed Boys Coalition or something? Trio 3 Trio sounds like something you'd get from an Ed Boys episode.
You had an entire union set around the destruction of the almighty Ed Boys, and you still could not achieve your goal. This settles it. The Ed Boys are unstoppable and cannot be defeated. This is a sign for you all to give up and bring the creator the Ed Boy.
How many more of you are there in this?
It's just 3 of us at the moment, but we're looking for new members to take down the Ed Boys. Charles, would you like to join us?
Change the name, and I'll strongly consider it.
But as a union we can't go around throwing chairs at people.
I'm not making any promises.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
Oh God, she's waking up.
Well, that's it for me. I'm calling it a day.
How can you possibly leave? We're not finished narrating these mother-loving Ed Boys.
My head is in
doesn't even
great
count
pain.
as narrating. It never has. We argue for more than half the episode, and it ends with something stupid. It happens every time, and I'm sure it's going to happen again.
Charles is correct. Besides, you said it yourself that even you would have asked for a raise. So until I get one, there's no point in me risking my life narrating the Ed Boys anymore. Plus Ms. Window is back up and I don't want to hear anything else about goddamn soup.
Wait, I can't really make out my surroundings. Everything's so blurry and my ears are ringing. But, did somebody say soup?
I'll head out with you. Not like anything we've done here matters anyway.
Both of you are going to miss out on the ultimate Ed Boys ending.
The ending is the same as it's always been, and it's the same as it's always going to be. Trash.
No, you're the trash and the Ed Boys are the bad keeping you from spilling out all over my brand new wooden carpet.
What on earth is a wooden
Stop
carpet?
responding. She's just trying to keep us here longer. Just get your stuff and let's go.
Vivian, you have to wake up. Our patients are escaping the facility and aren't even trying to finish the Ed Boys narration special.
Akalike, I think I have a concussion.
No one asked you about your custard. You have to stop them.
I'm in too much pain, Akalike. I'm sorry, I can't.
You are useless. You've always been useless. This is why I never liked you or bothered to learn your name.
My name is Miss Window.
I don't care. You've disgraced the Ed Boys yet again. May the wrath of the Ed Boy God strike you down and deliver unto me your remaining strength.
No, not the almighty Ed Boy God. Anything but that.
Bitch. Are you trying to one-up me by saying the almighty Ed Boy God?
No, it's just force of habit.
I'll force my foot up your ass and make that a habit if you dare insult me and my religious beliefs again.
No, Akalike, please think about the children.
I don't
What the
care
hell are
about
they
the children.
arguing
All I
about?
care
Aren't
about
they
is the
both
Ed
on the
Boy.
same side?
Can't
Does
you
it
care
matter?
about both?
Nothing
There's
they've
only
ever
room
said
in
or
my
done
heart for
has
one
made
thing
any
to
sense.
care
It's a
about,
wonder
and
they've
that's
even
my
made it this
hometown
far
of
in
Brooklyn.
life.
My
It
garden
just
of sweet
baffles me how
potatoes, the Ed
dedicated they
Boys.
are to this
Wait, that
nonsense.
sounds
I'm
like
curious
three
to know where
things.
you
Shut
found
up,
them.
Lily.
Probably
You
some
can't even
run-down
count. That's why
crackers,
I
plus
laughed
some
when you
people
got
just
smacked
don't
in the
have
head with a
anything
chair.
else to
You
do
don't
with their
belong here.
time.
You
Hands
belong
the
on
crack. Come on, let's
WWE.
go.
Wait, if you leave without bringing the creator the Ed Boy, you will suffer horrible consequences.
The Ed Boys exist, and we're forced to talk about them. We've already suffered horrible consequences.
We just finished narrating. What more do we have to do to bring him the Ed Boy? And why does it keep bringing that up? Bring me the Ed Boy, bring me the Ed Boy. It's in every video.
I cannot tell you.
Because it's stupid.
No, I just cannot explain it.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
No, shut up. It's because it is a sacred ritual that you must.
I'm not signing my soul over to the Ed Boys. You and the creator can drop dead if that's what you've wanted all this time.
That's not what it's about.
Don't care. I've lost interest. Correction. I've never been interested.
Perhaps you can explain it another time, but I need to work out my payment before I waste another second here. So long.
Well, Mary, looks like they'll never know why they have to bring the Ed Boy and will suffer horrible consequences.
Actually, I don't even know why I have to bring the Ed Boy either.
Well, that's too damn bad, because I don't like you, and I'm not telling you. You can walk your old ass to the desert and drown. Drown in the name of the Ed Boy. Drown in the name of the almighty Ed Boy.
So this is how the Ed Boys leaves me. On the floor, confused, no friends, in the middle of narration with a concussion, and no first aid. Wow, I couldn't ask for a better belated birthday. Thank you, Ed Boy. God, my prayers have been answered.
I just remembered something very important.
Is it our friendship?
I cannot remember something that never existed. What I remembered was that only I, like the Queen of Atlantis, am allowed to close out an all narrators Ed Boys episode. And what better way to do that than the all-time classic Ed Boys chant? The Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys.
Can I join?
No. The Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys,
I
the Ed Boys.
feel like I have enough energy for the classic chant.
How's about you feel your way out the door? The Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed
Akalike,
Boys.
please. It's my belated birthday.
And it's very unfortunate that you are still not dead. The Ed Boys, the Ed Boys, the Ed Boys,
okay.
the Ed Boys.
Well, I'll just bury Lisa
Yes,
then.
do that and keep quiet as I chant.
I guess I'll just call my sister to pick me up.
That's fine. Wait, you have a sister?
Yes, I've had a sister ever since she was born.
Does she love the Ed Boys like the father that abandoned her?
Actually, our father didn't abandon us, he just...
Answer the question.
Yes, she loves the Ed Boys just like me.
Is she old like you?
No, she's 30.
So she's 180 years younger than you? Excellent. There might be a chance to save the beep man from suffering horrible Ed Boy consequences.
Wait, what about Charles?
You and Charles can find a bridge to jump off. Just make sure it's high enough to make my wishes come true.
Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll...
Do not guess. Call your sister, schedule an Ed Boy meeting, and do it as I close out the show. The Ed Boys, 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 the Ed Boys.